We have long filed human knowledge into two separate, often conflicting categories. On one side, the rigid, cold mathematics of quantum physics. On the other, the symbolic, ancient metaphors of our spiritual traditions. These are usually presented as incompatible. One is seen as a factual dissection of the world, while the other is dismissed as a purely poetic interpretation. But if we step back, a shared pattern comes into view. Both systems describe a trajectory where a chaotic, formless void gradually organizes itself into the structured laws that govern our reality. This suggests we may be looking at the same process through two different lenses. To test this, we can apply the free energy principle, a scientific framework that models how complex systems maintain order by minimizing uncertainty. Through this lens, the development of stars, the firing of human neurons, and the writing of sacred texts are not separate phenomena. They are different expressions of a single, continuous drive toward predictability. In physics, the free energy principle describes a universe that inherently resists chaos, striving to minimize unpredictability. The Big Bang represents the ultimate state of uncertainty. To avoid dissolution, this energy broke into symmetrical forces, like gravity, providing the first stable rules of existence. This mirrors the metaphorical separation found in creation myths. When Genesis describes dividing light from darkness, it frames this exact transition from a state of high-entropy chaos into one of structured symmetry. These physical laws became the universe's first established prior beliefs, the bedrock that allows matter and energy to exist in a predictable state. This implies the birth of the cosmos was a systematic drive for stability, filtering the initial noise of creation into a coherent, self-maintaining system. This same drive for order eventually produced human biology. Neurologically, the brain acts as a prediction engine, constantly refining its internal models of the world to reduce the gap between expectation and perception. We see this in our most basic modes of thought. Reflexive thinking handles our immediate physical survival, while intuitive thinking uses rapid pattern recognition to navigate familiar environments. When our environment changes unexpectedly, we shift to rational thinking, a slower, more deliberate process used to update our mental models based on new evidence. At the highest level, we have intentional thinking. This allows us to project abstract future states, enabling us to avoid potential chaos before it even happens. These layers represent an evolutionary timeline, a progression where the universe developed increasingly complex ways to monitor and predict its own behavior. Human cognition functions as a highly refined survival tool, a direct biological extension of the universe's inherent bias toward order. For a social species, survival depends on making the behavior of thousands of individuals predictable. This is where ancient scriptures enter the frame. We can view them as cultural algorithms, standardized models of behavior designed to minimize social unpredictability. Consider the rule against stealing. It mimics physical conservation laws, ensuring a predictable flow of resources, keeping the community from collapsing. We see this same logic in the Matrix. The simulation itself is a model built for absolute stability. It satisfies the brain's need for low-surprise environments by providing a perfectly predictable, if ultimately false, version of reality. Moving beyond that simulation requires a massive Bayesian update. It is a transition from a comfortable model into a high uncertainty state, aligning the internal model with the actual environment, no matter how difficult. From ancient commandments to modern cinema, our stories act as a technology for survival, encoding the physics of predictability into narratives we can use to navigate the world. This framework offers a resolution to the long-standing divide. Science and spirituality are no longer seen as being in conflict. The physicist and the mystic are simply observing the same reality at different resolutions. One uses the precision of mathematics, the other the flexibility of metaphor. They both describe a universe that is singular, interconnected, and fundamentally self-organizing. This makes every act of learning or growth a personal contribution to a much larger process. When we update our beliefs or change our minds based on evidence, we are refining the way the universe perceives itself. Through this lens, consciousness appears to be the mechanism through which the cosmos studies its own design. We are the means by which the universe opens its eyes, slowly and methodically, turning raw information into understanding.